Hello, are you talking? We cannot hear anything.
Yeah, sorry. Don't worry. I was waiting a little bit for any other invite here in the room. So, welcome everybody. Today we are gonna start with this important workshop about this new tool from Google called NotebookLM. So, let me just prepare a couple of things before start this. Right, I get it. I get it. All right. This is the next slide. All right. Everything looks good. Okay. So again, welcome again to everybody, and good morning, good afternoon, depending. Today, we'll start with this important training, I think, which is actually centered in a practical way with this notebook LLM. This is not just another chatbot, actually, it's something more different. And in the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and depending how well we can advance here, I am going to show you exactly why and how you can use it in your daily work here in other concept. So we are going to start a live practice, as I said, passing through core features. We will review a pair use cases and best practices. So in the last part for sure will be more centered in the Q&A, but please feel free to interrupt me in any case anything isn't clear. So the idea here is, as I am reinforcing this idea, is has to be a practical session. So in order to rapidly know when someone, for example, has any question without, in my case, going back to these Google Meet windows, I need to, for example, asking you to enter to a kind of panel where you can write your own question instead of use this chat in Google Meet, because I need to come back to this window and not always I can stay aware of every question you can have. Um, Even when someone, for example, can raise a hand, probably I don't will get that signal too fast. So please, I want to activate this panel for Q&A. So let me, for example, activate this, and you will see a URL just in the superior part in this window. Yes, that is. And I will share this link here in the chat, the Google Meet. All right, everybody can see it. Everybody can click on it. And actually, when you enter there, you will see a kind of, yeah, it's a special tool from Google where you can put your question. I can see that very fast, very early while I am presenting this. All right. Okay. So let's start it. This is the next slides here. All right. All right. Okay. So we start with the core concepts. Firstly, let's start with one of the most important definitions here. I I want to you will take away today. So Notebook LLM is a kind of AI assistant that actually works exclusively with the documents you upload, nothing else. It doesn't search the internet. It has no prior knowledge about our company, our organization. It only knows what you give it. So why does that matter? Because actually when you ask it something and it responds you based on your documents, at the same time it quotes exactly where it got each piece of information. So you can verify after and every response. We will see that coming soon. There is one concept also I want you to take from today, which is grounding. And grounding is why Notebook LLM is different from everything else. So while ChatGPT can reason over the entire internet, Notebook LLM has the exact same capabilities, reason capabilities, because it's using um, the latest Gemini model, right? But also, Notebook LLM applies in only on your documents. So what does that mean? You can ask it to act as an expert. You can compare it. You can make inference, find patterns in your own documentation, and everything will be anchored with your sources. So we can really avoid hallucination, because actually NotebookLM was made for that. The Google team is using this tool in his own development production. So this is critical also for our work, because we want to generate outputs with about, for example, specific sensible information that we want to take uh, that, for example, we want to take care about this reliability related with strong reliability with our documents. So in this way, we can verify every single data point. So I want to also express this important section here, because the question really is, um, I find this question in the past workshop, actually yesterday. So this is important to be clear about why I need this tool if we already have ChatGPT. So at least I find 5 concrete reasons you can use Notebook LLM. And the most important one for what are this one. So the first one is when we are looking for accuracy and truthfulness, as a center part of your work. So Noble LLM use this grounding technique, all right, in order to respond exclusively from your sources, no hallucinations. So when you need, for example, also instant source verification, every response has, you will see every response will has number citation. So it only takes one click where you can rapidly go to the exact document passage. You will see that coming soon. When your document also evolves over time, this is pretty important to me. This is one of the insight I gained about using this tool. So you can add new sources to your notebook, and its understanding of the corpus keep updating. So it's perfect for live projects like our ongoing client work. And when, for example, when you are analyzing a specific document corpus, and for example, you want to do it without contamination for external internet data. And also when you need quick education resources, because you will see that actually can help you to transform your inputs into diverse content format. You will review that also. So when we need to use ChatGPT, for example, well, I think it's more accurate where you want to be more open. You want to create, you left space to more creative writing. You need to be more informed about ideas from internet. Uh, when you, for example, need to generate, need more general information, external information that actually you know that your own, for example, proprietary document has no idea about this new space you want to explore. And also with that, you are looking for more flexibility in editing, because actually we will know that ChatGPT has this Canva tool where you can iterate and you can give better style, reporting style, executive style. So, in order to be clear with this way of working, before we get into our workflow, I want to be clear about the recommendation that completely changed how we can use this tool. So I recommend don't choose one tool over the other. For sure, for sure it's better to combine them. And there is at least, I think, two phases pattern that actually we can repeat in our workflows. The first one is Notebook LLM as a factual base. So you can first use Notebook LLM for everything that requires precision verification. All right. You want to extract data, synthesize your key points, identify risks, cross resources, and the outputs of the in this phase will be always fact based, and will be your first draft. Everything will be cited, everything will be verifiable for you, and also will be anchored on to your documents. So once you have this draft, it means that it doesn't need to be beautiful. It just needs to be true in that moment. And then you can go to the ChatGPT or cloud if you prefer to make the final polish. You can take that verified draft, you can bring it to ChatGPT, and that's where you can give this final writing, stylish, tone adaptation, more narrative, include more sources actually you didn't consider it before in the first phase. So ChatGPT is very good in that. But also I want to stay aware. I want to take in consideration ChatGPT is not so strict with how good is cited is, for example, make quotation for your generation for your outputs. I think ChatGPT is more sensible to this kind of hallucination. You don't always can verify the data. At least you can make a specific prompt about I want a specific citation of all the generation you are giving me as advice. You have to be very precise in this kind of prompt if you want to avoid that. But by default, ChatGPT not always is so good as Notebook LLM. So and vice versa also. If, for example, you want to explore for example, new blind spots you want to take care about what relevant topics are or subtopics are inside your big topic. So actually, I think ChatGPT could be the first stage here because help you rapidly explore that. And then you can go with this identify or mapped subtask. You can go and you can carry out this information to NotebookLM, or NotebookLM will help you to keep with this more with this most auditive way of working. Okay. Until here, any question? I will review right now in the in our Q&A windows, or everyone else has any question with that until go straight to the practice mode. All right, I see. Okay, I come back to here to Google Meet, and I see a raised hand by Norma. Maybe Norma, you want to share your question here in writing, or you can open your micro.
Yeah, hi, Christian.
Hi.
Sorry, I can use the Google site. I don't know why,
Mhm.
but I have a question. What about Claude? Claude has like a similar way to upload documents in the project site. I don't know if it's like NotebookLM or it's different. I know
Mhm.
it's used internet, but it has like that type of, you can use that.
Yeah, you
It
can.
can be contaminated too.
Yeah, it can be contaminated too, but I think they are working on the same level of ChatGPT when it
Okay,
comes to help you to develop a specific format. Always cloud is always trained specifically with internet information.
okay,
So they can be this kind of hallucination too. You have to be careful about what is the last generation. We will see the LLM notebook actually will we only scope it in all the documentation you give it. never will use other documentation, any other upload document, because it's very have this kind of guardrails. So
Okay.
yeah, that's why I recommend you can use this or complementary way to use between these two, this kind of tool. LLMs, NotebookLM, or Cloud, or ChatGPT. I think you can get the best of the best when it comes to working your own workflows.
Okay. Thank you.
Right, Norma. So I will continue with this presentation, and actually we will pass through this as a live training. So actually, I will, uh, I will encourage you actually to enter, open in your navigator, Notebook LLM. Actually, I already have logged in my Chrome, but you have to put something like this. I think notebook.google.com. All right, everyone, please insert that in your URL section. And actually, what you will see is something a little bit different from I can see right now. Let me know. I can come back to the page. Surely you will see it, which is a landing page for Notebook LLM. You need to please create, if you don't have account, create your account in Notebook LLM. I recommend to use Auto Concept account. All right, this is the way we should start in this workshop in order to they, for example, took specific documents in here in the organization. All right. So the idea is when you create your account or login, you will enter to this view I am sharing. This is the onboarding, probably the onboarding section where you will see all the notebooks you can create. So in my case, I have at least 6, 7 notebooks. You will review about the capabilities of this tool as a free tool, actually. All right. So let me know if everyone has already entered in this section. Please give me some signal with, yeah, you can raise any hand, or you can put any comments about, yeah, I already done, I'm okay, in order to start with this walkthrough. Right? I think everything looks great. I see some comments and I saw, okay, I see Heikan, you actually have a question you can share us, or you have any issue right now? All right. Okay. You are done also. Okay, everyone is already in the same page like me in this moment. All right. So just as a couple of things, once you create your own notebook, you actually will create, you have these 3 points, all right? You can eliminate your notebook from here. And this is very important in this workflow because we want to be structured in order to look our creating notebooks after. So I recommend as a first step, give it a structured name. So probably when we want to for example, collaborate or use this notebook in our workflow, will be important to use some labels, some codification in order to have these very structured notebooks. Another, for example, a spreadsheet as a link, so everyone can access or can have more visibility because this tool also working as a collaborative tool. So that's the core idea in order to use it in organizations too. All right, so let's create our first notebook LLM. Well, for me, appears in Spanish, but yeah, the first one, the first button tells you create your notebook. All right, so I will click on it. Wait a little bit, and actually, Notebook LLM is, as we can see, is onboarding us. So it's rapidly helping us and inviting us to rapidly upload our documents, as I told you before. But let's firstly familiarize with what we got here. So in the first, we have a view split into three different sections. They work uh, they work together. So the first one is the source. In the left panel, we will see that all the sources you can upload it. All right. In the center, you can see will be the chat bar where we can interact with Gemini models. In the right panel, we will see we have this output generation. Well, we will generate different formats based on our documentation. So we will review that pretty fast also. So the first task we want to take here is, okay, what I have to do in this center page, in this center panel. So we have two ways here to start. The first one in this space, in this field, is asking me for, invite me to just write any topic, and once I am, and you can specify some data sources from the web or Drive. You can do it with fast research or with deep research. You can select these modes. Once you select the topic, make an enter. Here NotebookLM will help us to select all the relevant data, web pages, all right, for your topic. They actually, NotebookLM will help you with that. We'll select go-to links, we'll select any kind of relevant web page based on SEO metrics, because tend to be very site pages with a strong signal of SEO or high visits, these kind of relevant metrics. All right. So, but we will use the other drag zone. All right. Here we have four ways actually to upload. We can just select from your local machine the specific document. You can for example, share specific links you wanted to upload. Even you can select public due to links. All right, public has to be public. All right, and you can also copy and paste it here this specific tests, but we will use here the drive way. Right, so make click on this button drive, and instantly it will emerge a pop-up connected with your drive account in other concept. So in my case, it's appearing some lists, some documents related with non-specific folder, but I recommend you to go the specific route you prefer in order to select uh, your first document. So in my case, let me recap here. If I select, for example, something diverse, some root, sorry, maybe here. Okay, well, let's choose in my case although because I lose the root, I need to look in again. But as you can see, you will see of Google Docs. This is a permit format. You will see Google Sheet. Okay, it is another available format, and you will find also PDFs. This is the three kind of formats you can upload it. You won't see any video, all right? Any particular video you uploaded. So we will handle these kind of three formats in order to upload it. So I will select just for the sake of demo purposes these aleatory sources, but I recommend you to select more specific ones, all right? So once I select it, I will insert in the clip. I will insert them, I make a click, and I just to wait a little bit in this process to be uploaded. Actually, behind that, NotebookLM is working as a RAG. If you ever listen this acronym before, it's a technical technical part of how working the agentic or the AI agents that is using this tool, because actually this kind of source is actually saved in a specific database in order to be requested or searching by agents. So in this case, we'll see it's already completed, and we can different actually the kind of data sources. In my case, I see in blue for the Word, the Google Docs, and in green, the Google Sheets, all right? So actually, you will see it actually in the center, and Notebook is practically giving me a short resume about what is related all these documents. So you can give a look about how good probably is making this resume. So, all right, once we have this, we can start interacting. So one of the best, yeah, I would say features actually Notebook has for us is always in every interaction, you will see is sharing at least three open questions related with all, for example, aspect is taken in consideration right now, NotebookLM. So it could be very useful, very valuable, because always open you to more ways of considering the way you are asking. So in this way, for example, I want to select the second one question, and is in we will see that actually generating all the first inference related with this question. So in my case, and you will see also in your case, you will see some in every paragraph, you will see these quotes, this citation I was explaining you before. So you can see, for example, if I pass my icon through these numbers, you will see that actually is open a small window, and it actually, if I scroll down, I will see all relevant information that is reliable with my documentation. It's exact information. It's not. This is not generation. So the idea is you can go back, you can review on your internal documentation, and you will see actually this. So it's basically saying that it's actually NotebookLM extract this specific information in order to build this paragraph. So actually, I want to I can explain that this paragraph was building using four quotations, all right? And I have a quotation 1, 2, 3, 4, all right? Until there, everything in the same way in all the generation you will see. All right, everyone is reading the same interaction as me. Everyone can give me any question in this moment. Anyone is having any issue, and actually, well, invite if someone want to share me your first notebook here in our live session. Right, let me come back to try or any question here you have. Okay. Okay, Heikan is sorry, Heikan, and for you, I didn't see your question. Are we going to make an example? This is the example. Okay, my
Yeah.
case. Yeah, yeah. So everyone is achieving is achieving this result, this interaction. Yeah, you can give me any signal, please. Done all right. Norma is making good. Haken also. Sure, you can. Is done also. Okay. I see that everyone is follow up. This is important. First user experience. All right. So I wanted to teach you a more complete example about in order to understand what all the possibilities with this tool. So I prepared this notebook before. Call it. Let me review here is mastering notebook LLM. I think yeah, this is the topic. Actually, I create this notebook in order to prepare this presentation. So actually, I took the first way to order actually to use it, which is please notebook. I want to more information about this topic, notebook LLM. Please select me the best information from the internet you can find. So yeah, all this relevant data was actually searched for Google or Gemini. All right, so I started to use it as we saw before. As you can see, we have a YouTube links, some icons related with specific web pages. All right. So in here in the right panel, as I told you before, we have many ways to generate information based on your data. And actually, you have to know that this was built for academic purposes also. So probably the AI engineers from Google want to explore specific documentation, research documentation papers. So the way to ingest actually or manage this information is, for example, with this kind of generation. So you will see as one of the popular ones related with podcasts. So you make a click, you will actually wait for some minutes, sometimes take more minutes than I wish, and you will see a generation of podcasts, two voices actually talking about your information. So it's interesting and very good way to learn, what is relevant in your documentation. The other way is actually make it a presentation. You can make a click. This is the button, and when you generate that, in my case, this is the generate. This is what this is the tool. You will see it actually also generate for you this presentation, but it's using for sure pure nano banana model, just generation in image generation. So probably not always so precise in the information you can maybe you can have in your document. You have to always take a look about. The other one is this spreadsheet. Also, you can make a tables. You can structure this information data table in this icon. You can have it as me in this structured way, and you can export it also to, for example, to Google as a Google Sheet. The other one is, for example, you can make infographic presentation. Yeah, for example, this is I think this is one. Yeah, this is in one shot. You can practically, you can get the best resume. Rapidly you can share it. What other tool? We have these three conceptual learning. All right, you can explore, for example, meaningful concept, and you can make a click, and rapidly NotebookLM will take you for that specific subtopic. All right, as you can see right now, it's actually searching. So this is a pretty good way to starting to explore all the documentation you have. All right, I need to collapse this window, this, and what else? Well, basically, this is all this kind of feature you can use also. You can use also didactic cards, all right? So yeah, this is pretty good to really start very familiarized with all your own information. All right, until here, it's okay for learning to understand all the core features for NotebookLM, as I told you. But now we can pass through to the other section, which is review more relevant use cases. And actually, I wanted to start with selecting specific use case related for PMs, project managers. Oh, well, here I am. I have a prepared use case, and actually, I took this information. I hope I can find the right route. It seems like I lost this route, but actually I selected a specific documentation related with budget report or cycle hour report. Probably could be very important for project manager roles. So yeah, you can start to making some techniques, prompt techniques, in order to extract the best of the best of this tool. So I will come back to our presentation. Let me go back, please, here. All right, I am here. So we explore the core workflows end to end. I want to, yeah, I want to rapidly recap this workflow we saw before. Let me just see this. All right. So We upload the sources. You already upload sources. As a third step, you have to review the auto-generated summary, as we saw before. As a step 4, you can ask contextual questions. This is about, for example, well, you will review more problems related with that for sure. And as a step 5, we can generate structured outputs with that. And for example, NotebookLM can generate many types of outputs as we saw before. And step 6, yeah, we can validate these citations. This is the most critical, important part. All right. So yeah, so we review all these critical steps in order to use NotebookLM. I will pass to this other session, use cases. All right. I know you use cases. Okay. So I would say see 4 use cases. The first one is, yeah, for research purposes in Drive. Probably we still have relevant information in Confluence in the organization, and you can attach to, I think, but it's preferable that actually all documentation we use it from Drive. So you can for example, we can start a project kickoff. We have these requirement docs. You want to start make a proposal or a specific email before reviewing all that probably took hours. Now with you create your notebooks, you can upload the project docs and ask what are the relevant requirements, or in these specific sources. And you can find gaps between what, for example, we promise and what's documents, right? So you can make your own detective right here about what the data is waiting to be asking, and you can make more questions in order to explore the gaps in your document and what you are expecting. All right. You can have this kind of interaction to not always related with your document, your information in the documents. You can go beyond actually. You can make more. You can draw scenarios. Gemini will help you to generate these scenarios for you, build these scenarios based on your documents. All right. So if this is something that ChatGPT or Cloud tend for example, open so much the scope. As I told you before, if you want to be centered in your own documentation because you consider this fundament, it's a foundation on your exploratory purposes, this is a good way to do it, and more safely. So about cycle reports, I was teaching, I was showing you before, you can make synthesis of this kind of reports. Or this is one of the way you're looking for synthesis. So we want to just, for example, show what we just saw in the demo, and the end of the sprint, you want to upload reported related with that, generate summaries, identify risks, and a couple of minutes. And one of the more relevant case, I think, is knowledge consolidation, because we can start to think actually as an organization right here. We have, for example, institutional knowledge scattered across past projects. For example, we have specific auto implementation based on CRM, finance, migrations stuff. So we can create these domains based on notebooks, and for example, like migration, all the projects related with migration with several clients. So we can actually make a query then, like internal expert in if we want to learn about which previous project did we have data migration issues, what could be the best learnings about this project, because you are attaching I don't know, expected requirement document based on the meetings documents. So this cross of sources will give you more eyes, I think, in a relevant way, because always will be attached in your documents. And also meetings, so also we can gain more insight about meetings. And I would recommend actually for this kind of meeting, inside meetings, use Notebook instead of ChatGPT. All right. Until here, any question? I think Heikan is giving us a question. If we can use folders on the drive and expect LLM to use any newly loaded document to the folder automatically, yes. And as I told you before, these sources are attached or comes from our Drive account, okay, Google Drive account, which means actually every change you make in that document for you or your team members is obviously we will see this document will change and will be uploaded automatically in Google Drive. So if this is the source of this document, I see and corroborate also this will be automatically updated. So this is the best part because you can forget actually worried about is the I am using the latest information. So that's why I
But
recommend use Drive. Sorry?
yeah, but if a new document is added in the drive, does it come here automatically? I mean, for example, previously there were four files under the folder, and the fifth is added to the drive. So can it automatically get the fifth one here, or should I have to edit?
Yeah, what I understand from your question, Heikan, is if, for example, someone start to editing your document,
No,
and
no, no. Think of the Google Drive.
right?
Every day we are adding a new file, a new document.
Mm-hmm.
So does it automatically get all the new documents?
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, we need to think in NotebookLM just in files, not folders,
Okay.
because Google Drive, I don't know why, let you to upload just a folder, and automatically you will see all the attached document related with that folder. I actually the first time explored this, I was hoping, expected that, but I don't know why. But the only way to upload documents from Drive is just selecting
Nice.
every file. All right, you will be a counter actually telling you this. Actually, you are uploading 1, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we will review more about the limits about this. But this is the bad part probably because we have so many documents in the folder, you have to do it manually. And, well, this is a way also to review and ensure that actually this is the document you want. Um, and yeah, this is probably a friction part. But yes, and still, as I told you before, will be uploaded because it's connected with Drive. So this is a way I told you before. You are worried about ongoing live projects. You need this fresh information always. So you will find it because you communicate with your team. Please go make the updates in these documents in order to keep maintaining relevant your notebooks. All right. So what else? Let me go back to our presentation here. All right. Here. All right. And here. All right. Yeah, I want to teach you. I know if anyone here has a PO, product owner role here in the room. Um, I would like to know that. And actually, I started using NotebookLM from this role as a PO. So I find a pretty useful use case in order to extract the best of Notebook as a product owner role. I know if anyone else is having this role here in the room, can, okay, Heikan, all right, great, Heikan. And so if will be also relevant to share this use case I found in order to start the best. It's not. So let me recap here. Okay, okay, here. So I will come back to my notebook where I am working in an internal project here in All Concept, and I will teach you how, for example, I'm using it. As this is I think this is my notebook. That's why I recommend to work very well in the names, because sometimes we will find it will be a little bit difficult and find it. Probably we want to working with codification. Some cases more easy, more faster, if you understand what means behind. All right. So this is my notebook related with a project. Actually, and as you can see, yeah, I took several sources. I took diagrams, architect diagrams about the development we are making as a team. Okay, and probably the error I have right here is in PNG. So I recommend. So I remember that I just uploaded for my local machine. But the core idea, as I told you, you wanted to not to be a worry about which document need to be updated. You have to work in this better in specific drives. So this is a kind of enhance I need to do, right? And about the PNGs image, because yeah, image is another software source actually you can use in order to NotebookLM help you to understand the diagrams, all right, and of the architecture also. What else? Specific pages, yeah, for relevant information, best practices for a specific way of working with continuous integration, continuous deliveries from AWS. And what else? Documentation from all the meetings, the sprints. I am working. This is connected with my product, with my project manager effort. So always updated. What else? Yeah, and this is the critical part of me. This is, say, I can upload a database schema also as a PDF probably, and also I attach, which means in this case this is the only document related with the repository, so I can upload all the entire repository here, but as a PDF. So in this case I have this represented as a PDF. And I will tell you that this we will find a constraint, because this is the only way to make it available as a PDF. There is no direct way to do it directly from Drive. So we'll teach you two ways actually to upload a repository, because as you can see, open you very reliable and more insightful ways to working with developer team. Because right now, for example, I was making so much insight, strategic question, a user story question, understanding the architecture, confronting architecture, making hypotheses about what could be wrong, what could be good, based on all this connected information. And actually, all information that we saw is quoted. This is relevant to me, and it's quoted with a specific part of repository. So to me, it's always it's a game changer, because this I prepare best acceptance criteria in my user stories. And for example, every time I'm exploring architecture, the trade-off of that, for example, I see that actually I can find some insightful information, some relevant. So actually, NotebookLM lets you pick up this generating information and save it as a note. Here I have this button. You will see something like save it as a note. So when I make a click, automatically you will find it in the right panel will be attached. So I have right here, I have so many notes related with very crucial part, because while you're still using this, you will see that all the long list will be extensible. So the way to rapidly come back is making a click in these notes, and actually I can export it, for example, another spreadsheet document. So this is a way I recommend to working on. And to come back to the repository, there exists two ways actually to do it possible. The first one is this kind of pages, all right? You asking Gemini for pages or providers similar like this lets you, for example, easily convert a link of GitHub into repository in the ingestible document. So this is Git ingest in this case, Git ingest. You need to share this, the shareable GitHub link of the repository. Also, you need to, due to, surely we will working on private repository because we will working for surely on specific client. So this repository will be private. So in fact, all these kind of tools lets you convert this repository into document only if it's public, the repository. But when it comes to with private repository, you need to insert, in the case of Git ingest, lets you insert your access token from your GitHub account. So the way to do that actually is, well, let me recap here. Oh, my GitHub account, I think I closed it before, but exists a specific window in GitHub account where you can practically generate your access token. So you have to search in here in the settings options. And sorry for I lose this route, but we can talk more about this later. But you will find a route to generate your access token here, and you can paste it. So you can make an ingest, and you will see like, yeah, it's some kind reliable documentation version of your repo. So you can download it and you can upload it in here in NotebookLM. This is the easy way, sure, but I'm not sure if the best way of safely do it. All right, because even when the Git ingest tells you in the documentation they don't have relevant access to your repository because this is no, the architecture don't let them to, I don't know, appropriate your repository. Even when they affirm that, you can surely you can admit you don't have way to prove it, but it's easy. Yes, it's easy. So the second way I recommend, which I use actually, is making from local. Local is the best way, but more secure way to do it is. So you can use this kind of open source repo. Exists many more, I think, but I find this repo 2 PDF is pretty good one. All right, repo 2 PDF actually is open source. Yeah, it seems is good. Is not so noticeable for a community, but it's a good tool I found. And actually, you can well, let me show you a rapid some EDE, all right, tool in order to work in local, because you have to download this repo in your local machine using this. I use, for example, Visual Studio Code. So to me, it's pretty easy to have this repo here connected in Visual Studio Code. And this is the repo 2 PDF with all these files. All right. And as you can see, it's pretty easy actually once you have available in your GitHub in your VS Code. Actually, with only one command, actually this is the command in the root of this project. Node this /clone.js start the repo to PDF. It's so easy actually. So is asking me, onboarding me with 4 questions related about the link of this for example, private repository. And the minimum permit to do this is you have to have reading permissions in order to make this connection. This is the minimum access for this repo. So you can connect. Previously, you have to connect your GitHub account with this with Git here in VS Code, and you will see that actually once you enter with the core question, one of them is giving the name in the format in PDF, for example. You will see that actually generate for me in this case. This is the repo GitHub example of demo, and actually this is well, this is all the repo that my team is working on. But well, even when I exceed some rare signals, this is understandable for the machine. So I took that, I downloaded in PDF and actually uploaded in my notebook. The bad part, yes, is not always updated. I need to do this every time, every release, every PR are affecting my team. This is the work, the part I need to do. And I think it's the only way if you want to stay reliable about the issue I commented you before. All right, this is the way I think could be very useful for product owners here. So I don't know. This is something I wanted to share with you. And before to pass to basically about the limitation of this free tool, I don't know if anyone has question until here, or any comment want to share here with us. Yeah, about this kind of approach, I will share in the documents I prepare for you for the concept prepare. I will share this information, this resume information about what we were talking before. So you will find, for example, this repo to PDF infographic. I will share you in this in this dry route. So here I resume it, and you keep exploring about the way I can do this. All right. These are the three phases from terminal, phase 2 script the configuration, and this is the last part, handle private repository. Yes. All right. What else? All right, and you will see actually a cheat sheet from all the concepts we were reviewing. Also, it will be pretty important in order to recap all the concepts. What else? All right. If anyone has more questions related with that, I will pass to the almost final part related with limitations of this tool. All right. All right. Matt Bull is asking us if we need to create a separate notebook for each project. Yeah, this is from our standpoint roles. I recommend to start with this approach. Every project, as we saw before, in my case, is more you can upload documents relevant for this project. You can avoid, for example, I don't know, document from other project because could be conflicting in some ways. So at least if you want to have another approach, you have to confront 2 projects or more in order to find, I don't know, learnings, insights, some pattern. That could be another way too. So all depends on you what you want to try here. All right. Okay, limitation. So we need to stay aware about, oh my God, where is it? All right. About the limitation with how many documents we can attach in every project, in every NotebookLM. So we have a maximum of 50 sources per notebook, right? And actually, let me change for another view preferable in order to understand rapidly this, because I prepare also here a document image related with limitations. Okay, this is the one. This will be also shared too. So we have the free tier usage for NotebookLM, and what could be do as a free users? Okay, we will find that actually we will have limits interaction, daily limits actually. When you spend all this, you have to wait for a window of 20 hours from the moment you lose all this, you consume all this. All right. So the first one is chat queries. How many chat queries is telling us? 50 Q&A queries per day is the maximum. About the audio overviews podcast, 3 per day, free. Video overviews, 3 also. Deep research, the deep mode we saw, 10 sessions per month. And about the study tools, I'm talking about all the generation format we saw before. We can use until 7 sets per day between, you can mix it. You can select flashcard, quizzes, reports. And about storage and capacity limits, we have, for example, as a maximum LLMs per account, 100. 100 notebooks we can create in our account, in every Gmail, okay, account attached with notebooks. About how many documents you can upload in every notebook, you can attach as a maximum 50 documents. And how heavy can be those documents until the maximum 200 megabytes per file. This is the maximum, which is a lot. So many information in 200 megabytes. All right, so as a free tier is pretty generous layer for us. And if as an organization we want exceed that, also exceeds the pay format, the premium subscription for Google. But I think with all this is enough for our working daily working. At least I never touch that limits in every day. So I recommend you to use it as a free. All right. So what else? Any question until here before pass to the last part, which is the question related with Q&A? Any question here in the room? Everything looks good until now. All right. All right. So as a final part, I will share with you. Let me go back here. All right. Oh yeah, this is the templates. I thought we will review that, but we will find this material too in the shareable link I will share in the channel. So here it is. Oh, what's going on? Seems like I am not sharing this. Okay, this is the questions. Okay, I don't have more slides related with that, but at least I have a couple of Q&A I can respond for you related with that. All right, let me go retake these questions. Okay. So I know I can wait for your question too, but I keep responding some question I prepared for this part. So please open your question for us, but I will share some Q&As here in this part also. So if you are wondering if it's safe to upload client documents, well, Google has enterprise privacy policies. So the clients with a strict confidentiality agreement use not only sensitive docs or check with legal. So general rule is nothing you wouldn't share in Drive goes into NotebookLM either. So these if preferable to talk with your project managers, if we are agree with this kind of tools, it could be. But actually, we know that Google has malleable intentions with that because it's so big, so enterprise. And even when we know they are training their models with our free sources, well, it's a good interchange, I think, in order to get these capabilities free. But it's very sensible information. Well, you can have to do your consideration before that. What if the notebook has contradictory documents? We found a similar question with that. And actually, NotebookLM may present both versions or can get confused when you, for example, you didn't notice that actually you loaded documents that in the end, in interaction, ended as a contradictory meaning. So you will find that in the citation, and Gemini will tell you that. All right. So this is probably a good signal that this contradiction information will tell you that actually you need to probably remove this specific data source in order to avoid more contradiction generations. So this is a way to manage or handle this kind of conflicted sources. But the first criteria depends on you. Which one you need to remove. The other question could be, can we use it in real time during client meetings? And actually, I think it's a good way to do it because you all go with a strong preparation. You, for example, in the notebook, you can have more ready, you are more ready with relevant and fresh data documents for past meetings before that meeting. And during the meeting, you can ask questions in live here in NotebookLM while before asking directly to the question rapidly. So this is, I think, a good way to avoid improvisation, and feel more confident. What about the free versus paid version? As I told you before, well, the free version is, I think, is sufficient for the usage we can do it with this. And the final part, I think, can team members collaborate in the same notebook? I think this feature, but it's pretty easy to show. I didn't show, but yes, we can share notebooks with teams members. We can share notes the collaborative way. It's ideal to share also these domain notebooks, as I told you before. So, for example, we want to create, and this is the part I encourage you and to go beyond the use case, the use cases as a role, because we need to start also as a organization. So we can organize specific channels or take a specific channel and create specific notebooks for this channel. Okay, in order to be everyone be aligning about these core documents. All right. And we can think, as I told you, in domain aspects in this domain, as for example, domains related with how we manage knowledge from different cross data sources, how we can learn from different projects related in the last quarter. I don't know, something that could be very important. And so I left you to keep thinking this and actually sharing your insights in the channels about how we can keep collaboratively working with this. All right, I would tell you actually we can do this as in a collaborative way. Just select your notebook right now I told you I'm making it, and you can click on it in share button. In the share button here, you will easily share anyone in your organization that could be part of this, which means that actually that person can have access to this notebook, can have questions you will see, will have entry question generation, and all will obviously share it from every team members here. All right, so this means also that actually the free tier, the free capability will be spent more easily, sure. All depends on how many questions we have with this. But we need to, I think that's still a good approach in order to find a more collaborative approach. Another way, if you find this pretty important notebook, you can have your own ones. And you can tell to your coworkers, actually, you can, hey, take these documents, this data source I am using for my notebook, and create your own notebook too, in order to basically gain the same insights from Gemini. So if, for example, I identify that I will use my notebook extensively, I will probably hit the limits. So in this case, it is another strategy in order to, for example, create your own notebook, use the same data sources, and we'll keep using, our free tier with more flexibility. This could be another approach. Thank you, everybody, for your attention, and have a good day. I encourage you to keep exploring this good tool as we saw before. All right, see you.